Scott, you've had a little bit of time to sink into that win, a memorable one as well on a Tuesday night at Arbour Park. How do you assess things after that?
I actually thought in the first half we did okay. I didn't think there was loads in the game. We knew we were going to be susceptible to set pieces. I picked a team that was quick across the floor, quite dynamic, but probably didn't have the physical capacity to deal with set pieces. The frustrating part is that we said to the lads, don't give away any cheap free kicks. I think in the first 10 minutes we gave away one on the edge of the box and one out wide that's resulted in us conceding a goal. So can't have it both ways. I can't pick a team that can be physical and a team that can also run. We went for a team that was probably a little bit more athletic and dynamic, and ultimately in the end it paid off. I don't want to sound like it was a I told you so, but I did say to the lads, I think this is going to be 2 games in one, where I think that's their 3rd away game in the space of 7 days, where we've been at home for 7 days 3 times, and I felt like the last half an hour was going to be huge. Maybe they might have got a little bit leggy and we would come into it, and I think that proved to be the case. I thought second half we were front foot, we changed the shape. Little bit of head loss as well. I stood at the tactics board and made 4 changes, and I've not done that before. But I just felt like we needed a little bit of fresh impetus, fresh legs. Maybe we've asked for too much of the lads that have played a lot in the last couple of weeks. And I thought the changes were brilliant. Not in terms of the changes that I made, but the people that came on, the personnel, and the job that they did. So Peter, Ansu, Jared and Brian, they all played their part. 2 of them scored a goal, and yeah, just delighted. And then the other sub that comes on, Johnny Goddard, gets the winner. So overall it becomes a really, really good night, a great way to win a football match against a really good side, experienced team that are doing well. Must say as well, they're really nice people. It's the first time I've met their management team tonight, and they were really they praised us at the end, and they said we deserved it, and that's nice to hear in when they obviously lose a game. You don't hear that often, but yeah, I really enjoyed tonight.
And yeah, it was a fast start after the break. As you mentioned already, you made 4 changes. How delighted were you to see, obviously, Jared Myers hit that one in the bottom corner? Yeah,
great finish. Jared was probably unfortunate not to start tonight, but Harvey and Jared as wing backs would have been really attacking. So we went with one sort of defensive minded player in Roffey, and Harvey is the attacking one, to sort of give Jared a breather. And then he comes on and obviously gets a great strike, great finish, and does really well. But I could go through all the subs. I thought Peter was really steady, done his job, got a goal. So he goes home happy. And I thought the 2 boys in midfield won a lot of first and second balls, kept it simple. And for us, I think it gives us a headache, but a good headache. I must say as well, the lads at half-time that came off, there was no sulking. They realised that we needed to do something. And overall, I thought the second half performance was a lot more like us. Even though I didn't think the first half was too bad, one of our fans just said to me that we weren't good in the first half, and I disagree, but I thought we were okay, but 2 lapses in concentration from a set piece and a long ball has caught us out, and people look at the result and think that we've been awful, but I don't think we were.
You talked it down on Saturday about how potentially important this game was today, but going into half-time and then seeing what's happened as a result of the impact and the changes you made, how does it feel now in terms of it being now 2 wins from 3 rather than 1?
Yeah, no, we set a target of 6 points this week. If we'd have won on Saturday, we would have set a target of 9 points. We always want to win the next game, especially at home. I'm glad that we've got 6 points. I think we've got 50% of our points in the last 3 games, which seems crazy. I've been talking it up for a few weeks now about when we get players back and we'll be a lot stronger for it. But I think the additions that have come into the group as well, I think Ruben's been absolutely brilliant, especially tonight. He's made an important block at the end of the game, then he's won the ball in our defensive third. He's driven up the pitch probably 70, 80 yards. Even at half-time, I walked in and he's demanding it out of his teammates. When there was a little bit of silence, I could see him in there dictating and marching about, giving orders to people. And he's 21 years old, and I love that. But I think you can give those orders when your performances are good. And I thought he was a real handful for their backline tonight, who have got many, many appearances between them. Really good players. They carry a threat every time that they knock the ball forward. Tony Lee very rarely loses a header. Scotty Rendell's clever. Malachi Linton was someone that I tried to sign myself. I like him a lot. So yeah, listen, overall it becomes an excellent night. We looked dead and buried at half-time. But listen, I think the attitude and the never say die spirit is within us. And I think we showed that tonight in abundance.
As always, I need to ask you about a few players that weren't with us this evening, and also actually Dan Roth, who looked like he picked up a bit of a knock towards the end. Have you got any updates for us on some of the players that were missing?
Yeah, so Roffy's not in a good way. I think he'll be going to hospital tomorrow just to get it checked out. Reece had an injection last Thursday and his knee's still swollen from that, so hopefully he should be back for Saturday. Tyrese got 45 minutes in the bank tonight. Tarek's just told me that he's going to be training on Thursday, which has come from nowhere. I don't know if he's saying that because Roffy's now injured, I'm not sure. Obviously Henry, an update on him, I don't think I've been sort of like too... I've not been into detail with it, so he's going to be out till probably the best part of end of January, February, which is a huge loss. Who else have we got?
Balu?
Yeah, Balu's back in sort of like non-contact training, doing a little bit. So yeah, we're kind of getting there, but we've still got a few out. I think maybe 5 or 6. So that result tonight, when you've got 5 or 6 players missing still, which is what 33% of your squad, it just shows the character. I'm over the moon. I'm delighted. Probably a little bit on cloud 9, because at half time, like I said, we did look like we were out of the game. And then obviously Johnny, when he's taking that penalty, it seemed to take an absolute age for him to take it. And I was delighted to see it hit the back of the net. And then I thought we saw the game out really well, defended it really well. So yeah, overall, fantastic night, Con.
Eyes on Dover then. I say it every week, but it's another difficult game, of course. It's a place we've not had too much joy in the past. Any thoughts ahead of that game already?
Freshen it up. It's going to be a completely different match to tonight. I think it's a game on grass. I've heard it's quite muddy, quite heavy. We'll need people that can run through the mud, that can deal with their front three. They're very lively, got very, very good physical output and attributes. So we need to pick a team that can go there and compete. I just said to the lads, there's no point in winning in the fashion that we won tonight and then going to Dover and rolling over. We need to put back-to-back performances and wins together. And I'd say the performances in the last probably month from Horsham have been really good. They've been much better standard than what they have been before that. And if the performances are there, more often than not, the result comes with it. Well, I say that this league's relentless. You can play really well and you can lose, but I'd rather the performances be good and be better than what they have been, because you stand yourself in better chance of winning a game of football. So we will look to freshen it up, is the truth. We know that players have sort of dug deep and done a lot of yards for us in the last few games at the tempo we've tried to play at. So it's down to me, the coaching team, to hopefully get it right for Saturday.
Congratulations on the win tonight, Scott, and good luck for Saturday.
Cheers, Con. Thank you.